Made a video before about a problem that we see in philosophy called midstream bivalence. Leads to a bunch of overconfident conclusions that get a ton of attention, create a bunch of chatter, and self-perpetuate and basically corrupt the philosophical conversation. It's an ancient problem. It's a contemporary problem. But today I'm going to talk about something that leads into midstream bivalence, and then I'll reiterate what midstream bivalence is. So the pattern that we see is in these papers, you have these premises that folks are a little bit humble about, right? They say, well, it seems to me, or it's reasonable to say, or by my lights, or it's not infeasible to assume, or we'd expect, right? And they haven't strongly asserted it. You recognize that we're floating this, right? But then as the syllogism goes on, how are we treating that premise? Well, we're treating it with a bivalent truth value. True. Because it's not false, so it's got to be true. And as the syllogism uses bivalent truth, you lose this aspect, this humility that you were supposed to have about not just the premises, but their conjunction, because something special happens. And this is where midstream bivalence comes into play. If you're only 90% sure about 6 independent premises, the conjunction of those premises, which the conclusion of a syllogism often is, should only be about 50%. Not 90%. But that isn't how it feels in these kinds of arguments. When you get to the end of those syllogism, you still feel like the conclusion is just as powerful as though it's not unreasonable to assume. It seems to me, all of those kinds of things, which were basically, toward truth. Now we're just 50-50. That's a big problem. And we got there through this humble language.